Can we get everybody's mic screen? We are about 2 minutes or less. Time is 6:30.
So what's new, anything?
Special day. Good to see you.
Send this out in the email?
No, I just got that, but that's,
Thanks. Good to see you in the seat.
Yeah,
Is it cozy?
oh yeah. Yeah, nice and cozy,
Oh, you got the best seat in the house next to Katie.
yeah.
Mark's always got his ring camera going off. It's weird. Every time. All right, that clock is struck 30. Can we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to welcome the packed house here in Chambers this evening, as well as those that are tuning in via our online and TV-based broadcasts. With that, I would like to pass over the floor to Clerk Tomasic to please call roll.
Schumate,
Here.
Cox,
Here.
McNabb. Here. Molnar,
Here.
Valentine, Walden.
Here.
Wood.
Here.
Council, we are missing Councilman Valentine this evening. Is there a motion to excuse absent member Councilman Valentine?
Motion to excuse Patrick?
Second.
Second by Cox. And Clerk Tomasic, whenever you're ready, we'll have you call roll.
Cox,
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Molnar.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Well, here we are with a very busy agenda and an exciting agenda on the front end. But before we get to that, I need to approve the agenda. So council will be looking for a motion to approve our agenda this evening.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Motion by Walton, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Wood. Any discussion on this agenda approval? Clerk Tomasic, please call roll.
McNabb.
Yes.
Molnar.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Cox.
Yes.
With an approved agenda, we want to give the voice to our members of the community and at large, more broadly, anybody that's outside of our community. So with that, we'd like to turn over to public comment. For any members of our public that would like to address council this evening, please approach that podium, state your name and address, and make sure that light is green when you do so. Good evening, Mr. Edelbrock.
Mayor, how you doing? Council members, chiefs, how you doing?
Address for me before you get started.
Chris Edelbrock, 31217 Adams Drive, Gibraltar.
Thank you for being here.
So I'm coming in because I have a little concern. And I spoke with a lot of residents. And evidently, every resident I talked to had the same concerns. Of course, I'm not talking to young kids. I'm talking to adults, 30 plus, basically. And I have two items. One is we had an incident at JP's a couple weeks ago. And we had a gentleman, a friend of mine, sitting at the bar, and he died. And he was dead. No pulse, no breath, eyes wide open. So I immediately called for someone to call 911 and for an AED, which is a automatic defibrillation device, which is simple. A civilian can use it. It's very easy. It literally speaks the instructions to you as you use it. And if you're not in a situation where you don't need a shock, it will not shock you. My one thing I would like you guys to consider is every restaurant and bar in here, so that I think 4 or 5 if you include the boat club down there, they should have one. And I'd like that to be seriously taken consideration of. I did revive the gentleman, Don. He's fine, but he had died 3 previous times. So this comes on, evidently for whatever reason, he got a bad heart. But, so he was revived, sent to the hospital. He's in the hospital for 3 or 4 days. And so I started thinking, we need to do that. We have them in the airports, we have them in other restaurants, we have them in other bars. And I think that should be a requirement. So with that in mind, my wife, my beautiful wife and I, we would love to make a donation. The city's gonna be able to get a discount buying them from the city, for the city. They, in turn, you can either distribute them, or they can donate money to you and you give it back, or however you wanna do it. But Michelle and I will make a nice donation to make it more palatable for them. So that's the first item.
I greatly appreciate that. I immediately, when we had spoken previously, had spoken with our chief, also mentioned it to our building official as well here that is a part of McKenna, but obviously sits in our office, and some members of council. And I think you have a lot of support, at least from my perspective, on what you've just described as the pathway to make sure that all the restaurants at minimum, but potentially the broader commercial businesses have these AEDs.
Oh, definitely the restaurants and bars. So the 4 or 5 that I'm talking of, everybody knows.
Yep.
And then I went further on thinking about this. Now, I'm in aviation. We're trained every year on this stuff. And we do it online. They used to come in, and then it was COVID. But you have paramedics. They're already trained on this stuff. You could have classes set up at the building and have the waiters or waitresses or whoever go in there. And just for the AED and CPR, it's probably a 2-hour course. And it's extremely simple. I go through a couple-day course, but that's other stuff. But I really think that should be considered.
I'm so glad the individual's okay. Luckily, you were
Yes.
able to intervene with anybody else.
Well, it's funny how people go like this. You know, they just go away. But as a Marine, I go towards it. So,
Get it. And I really appreciate proactive, your generosity in donating.
Yes,
So we can work
that's-
out the details.
that's no problem. So where I'm going with this is I've been a resident here for 25 years, and this is like the Mayberry I always wanted to grow up in. You know, I love watching the kids play here. You know, the kids fish, the kids hunt, the kids boat. They're not like this buried in all their stuff. They're jumping off the bridge. I love it. Everybody here is great. They're friendly. Golf carts are waving, saying hi. But recently, in the last couple of years, we've had some changes in a couple of the restaurants in the nightlife. And I think, and other people that I talked to, think it's gotten a little bit rough, a little bit non-Gibraltar-ish. And we don't want this place on the map. We don't want it on the map for fights and bar fights and security having to wear flak vests at the bar. And I'm not pointing any other bar out. But I know for a fact one particular bar has already had 5 violations of serving to minors in like less than a year. So my proposal is, and I've talked to 2 of the managers of 2 of the restaurants, and one of them is the big restaurant, and they're in agreement, and their staff is in agreement. Close these bars at 12, not 2, not 1 in the morning. 2 turns into 3. The staff gets out of there at 3:30. There's still people drinking at the bar. The young kids are getting in trouble. They're getting in fights. They're getting DUIs. There's no real sense to have it open past 12. You know, I think, I'm pretty sure JP's stops, well, they stopped the kitchen at 10. I think they stopped serving at 1:45 or 10 to 12. But then they're done. I think that should be something the council should consider. Just get some responsibility back in this city. You know, just, and because, you know, the bikes and the cars tear out of there, and I'm not against the kids. I did the same stuff when I was, you know, but it needs to calm down a little bit. So please consider that.
Thank you for the insight. And obviously, Chief and our Department of Public Safety, I'll give you the floor if you have anything you want to immediately comment on, Chief. If not, we can take that for consideration moving forward.
Well, it would be less taxing to the police department, of course, which would probably save us money. Of course, we're not against the police department, but I'm sure they don't want to be up late chasing idiots around the town. So that's my view. And I just heard there's going to be a new biker night coming in. So I can't wait for that one. You know, there's going to be more security issues, and you know there's going to be fights. I'm not against bikers. I'm just saying, why invite it if we don't need it? So, no, take it under consideration.
Can I jump in?
Yeah,
there?
please.
Yeah, Attorney Bologna, is there, is that viable path? Is there abilities for us to restrict that from a ordinance level?
I'd have to look and see if there's a state law that prohibits that with the state liquor licensing. And we'd have to look at that first, so.
About the majority of vote amongst the owners themselves. I know 3 that told me personally they're for it, and one of them is the big one.
Any restaurant can set whatever hours if they want to
Well, I'm
close
just-
early, that's their
You
choice.
know, if that would benefit us and putting this in writing, that would be great.
What do you need from us to research that? Do you need a motion from us or to,
Do a motion, or I can just research it, that's fine.
okay.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
Well, that way at least we'll do the homework to determine if that's something that we can in fact do, and then we could debate it further from there.
Okay, if you need any help on the AEDs, I can contact the company that I work with, which is MedAir. It's not just for aircraft, and I can see what kind of discounts or whatever, and what they, last I heard, they were around $2,100 a piece.
I really appreciate it. Yeah, we'll take that as an action. We'll work with Fire Chief Simon as of this evening and Chief Bullard to follow up with you accordingly.
That sounds fantastic, I'd appreciate it.
Really appreciate you on both fronts for raising
Yeah.
this, and we'll follow up through attorney and chief accordingly.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for listening to me, and I'm gonna go get dinner.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good night.
Hello, Dennis Bosmer, 29775 Point Drive. Just the last time to hit the drum on the blood drive, the Red Cross, and July 28th, it's Monday, 10 a.m. until about noon is already booked, thankfully. So anything after noon till 4:45, I think, or 4:30 is the last booking. So if anyone can give blood, want to give blood, help your fellow neighbor out, we need support for that. So I appreciate you looking into the schedule of that with American Red Cross. You can get ahold of me personally, I can help you coordinate your appointment. This is the last time I can bring it up to council, so hopefully we have a good-sized audience. There might be somebody in here that's ready to give blood soon, and that would be great, right here in Gibraltar at the Gil Talbert Community Center. Red Cross will be here about 9 o'clock setting up, and they'll be done and probably out by 5:30. So thanks for your time, appreciate it.
Thank you, Dennis. Any additional members of public that wish to address council this evening? We have another public comment at the end, too, if you don't get your chance in the front.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Cody Dill, 13221 Leslie. Just had a couple of things to talk about, both in some way related to roads. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for taking my phone call earlier. You addressed most of my concerns. I just wanted to state it again. One of my concerns, or I guess comments going forward, is if council can put forth some type of ordinance or resolution concerning block party and street closures. There's about 3 blocks, I believe, a year that typically do street closures, and mainly for the safety of the kids. That's what I do it for. We usually have a bounce house in front of my house, and the kids congregate there. So when they're all going down the sidewalks and going down the streets, it'd be best to close it off. We know we have the speeders. Luckily, on those splinter streets, you don't have too many folks going down them. But by and large, just a citywide policy for street closures, I believe would be beneficial. My second note, still on
All right,
road.
before we move off that
Yes.
topic, just for everybody's awareness, Chief Bullard has taken the initiative to draft a proposed ordinance language related to street closures and associated paperwork processes. And that'll be coming up to council following the offline review with Chief and our attorney, just to give you a perspective. I know I shared that with you earlier,
Yep.
but for
Yes,
those that
Mr.
are
Mayor.
listening that don't have this direct two-way right now, the process is in flight for council's consideration.
Absolutely, and I appreciate it, guys. This year we were denied due to safety. So be it. We just had the parties in our front yards. So it is what it is, just for the children's sake. I mean, like I told you earlier, I sit on my front porch and I was making food. So going out in the street is not my forte. Still on the topic of roads is Stowflit. It is just a mess. Not with not just because of the water main, but just in general. The street has been deteriorating for some time now. I believe in the past we looked into getting the bridge approaches looked at. It was expensive. The sidewalks going over the bridge, something about, according to the engineers, I believe at the time, something about that it's a culvert bridge and they're built into it. I'm not too certain, but that street, but from Bayview to South Jib, the 5 stop intersection, really should be taken a look at. It's an entrance and an exit to all of Point Drive Island, to half of the main island, and folks trying to get from City Hall to City Hall from the other half of the city. So I believe it would benefit a lot of residents. It's a definite problem area, so it would benefit a lot of folks, and it's our worst first. That's all I have to say. Thank you, Amy, for giving me the updates on the budget. I didn't have to dig through the whole thing, so I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, and before you go, roads are obviously a huge priority for our administration amongst the broader infrastructure. The good news is we're now about to be on our third water main over the last couple of years, and some of the sewer lining work is coming to completion. But we obviously have our lead line replacements going on as well right now. But Amy has done the financial calculations on kind of what near-term funds we have to unlock for roads. It's not just tire replacement or redoing roads, but rather also like the joint sealing and other elements of it. And Amy's got the number, and we're working to make sure we have a clear
And thank
strategy
you
to
again,
address
Amy,
that.
for that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, guys. Have
Cody.
a good night.
Any further members of public that wish to address council this evening? Well, thank you for the, oh, please.
Jim Storms, 13327 Stoflet. Mayor, am I out of line here? And
No, absolutely.
Is this,
No, you are
Okay.
spot on, and good to see you. Jim is one of our applicants for our city administrator position, just full transparency.
okay, thank you. Mayor, members of the council, thank you for this opportunity to apply for the city administrator position. I want to express my appreciation for the sacrifices you make with your time and energy in overseeing our city going forward. I want to start with this, as I'm sure it doesn't get said enough. I want to say thank you to the police chief, the fire chief, their teams for keeping us safe every day. Thank you to the DPW and our administrative teams for ensuring the city runs smoothly and effectively. I know you've all navigated significant changes and challenges over the past few years, and your dedication and perseverance is much appreciated. Also, as a father and a Carlson alumni, I want to extend my special thanks to our school leaders, our teachers, and staff. I'm aware of the immense efforts it takes to educate and inspire our youth so that they can reach their full potential. So thank you all for the vital work that you do. I'm here today to provide a brief snapshot of who I am to further assist the council's decision on the next city administrator for Gibraltar. I met my wife 40 years ago, Carlson High School, and together we embarked on a wonderful adventure raising our 7 children. 4 years ago, we bought a home across the street from my mother-in-law, the same place where we've gathered for holidays, family visits throughout our lives. Our youngest is a thriving and soon-to-be senior at Carlson, and 2 years ago, our second oldest bought a house on Lish Street, recently blessing us with our first grandchild. We've even convinced my mother and my wife's uncle to move to Gibraltar. Needless to say, I have a profound stake in ensuring that the city thrives, makes wise decisions with our tax dollars, and builds a strong future for our children and our grandchildren. Professionally, I've built a diverse career grounded in service, leadership, and hands-on problem solving. I served 10 years in the United States Air Force, including hauling munitions in Saudi Arabia during Desert Storm, closing down Wirt Smith Air Base in Alpena, and supporting the mission at Selfridge Air National Guard Base in Mount Clemens. Following that, I spent 20 years in construction, tackling high-risk projects, including hanging off the side of 16-story buildings in a swing stage, performing large-scale concrete work at the Delray Water Treatment Plant, building scaffolds inside the nuclear power plant at Fermi, and assembling displays at the Detroit Auto Show. As a licensed builder in Michigan, I operated as an independent residential contractor, including building our first home in Taylor, Michigan. I've held a secret security clearance with the federal government and worked as a part-time EMT for a local ambulance company. I now serve as a facilities manager at the University of Michigan. I work for the Department of Internal Medicine, and in this role, my team and I maintain safe and efficient working environments for over 2,000 staff members and over 500,000 square feet of research, clinical, and administrative space. My highest degree attained is my master's in business administration with a focus on information management. Throughout my career, I've led diverse teams in high-pressure, hazardous settings, crafting and enforcing policies to prioritize safety, efficiency, and mission success. These experiences have prepared me to manage complex operation, steward resources responsibly, and foster collaboration with multifaceted groups. These are the skills I'll bring to Gibraltar to support our community growth and well-being if chosen. I hope this overview assists you with your decision. Thank you again for your time and consideration. I'm eager to serve and excited about the possibilities ahead for our city.
Thank you so much, Jim. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you. Any questions?
Questions?
No?
Thank you
Yes?
very much.
Thank you, and appreciate your service, and good to meet the other half as well.
This is my tribe here, by the way.
Except for Cody, I love it. Are there any further members of public that wish to address council this evening? All right, well, guess what time it is? It is time to, number one, approve our fire chief contract for Cindy Simon. So Chief, I'll give her the floor if you want to start with any commentary. Obviously, we'll need council's approval for that contract, and then we would like to proceed with the swearing in of Fire Chief Simon. Chief, floor is yours.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor and Council, a little history and explanation. Cindy Simon has served as the acting fire chief since February of 2025. I'm highly satisfied with her leadership and unity with the Gibraltar Fire Department as she's fostered her level of professionalism that she's brought to the fire department. On June 3rd, 2025, City Council approved for the appointment of Deputy Chief Simon as Gibraltar's new fire chief, pending the execution of a formal contract. City Attorney drafted the contract for Cindy Simon. The mayor and I had an opportunity to review and agreed to the contract for Cindy Simon. Cindy Simon was also given an opportunity to review the contract, and she agreed to the terms of the contract. I am requesting a motion from the council to approve the fire contract for Deputy Chief Cindy Simon for the position of Fire Chief.
Council will be looking for a motion to approve Fire Chief contract for Cindy Simon.
I'll make the motion to approve the contract for Fire Chief Simon.
We have a motion by Walden. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Wood. Council, any discussion on this matter?
I just want to say one thing. I think a lot of people are very familiar with the fact that there's not many females in the fire department. In fact, I think it's actually right around 9% in the nation are females. And of the fire chiefs in the nation, only 6% are female. So with that being said, today is going to mark a big day for Gibraltar, being able to say that we have a female fire chief, and we're just going to add on to that number. So just adding more to this. Congrats.
Incredibly well said. Council, any other discussion on this matter?
A highly qualified chief.
I personally want to just reinforce my gratitude and respect for you professionally, for the culture that you have curated, the respect you have built internally and externally, your passion, your dedication, how you leverage your life journey to continue learning and challenging yourself, for the ability to manage this process in the interim so effectively, for how well you work with leadership and the administration. We are incredibly grateful for you, incredibly grateful for all these members of the department that are out there making sacrifices, so thank you. Clerk Tomasic, if there's no further discussion, we'll allow you to call a roll.
Mulnar.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Wood. Yes. Cox.
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Well, congratulations. That motion is carried and you have an approved contract. Chief Buller, this is your floor, so I'd like you to work with Clerk Tomasic on the swearing-in process, please.
Oh, sorry, John.
And Chief, I'll hand you the hardware before you get over there. Here you go, Chief.
All right, I'll bring this over here so you can hear us. Will you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, Cynthia Simon,
I, Cynthia Simon,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of the state,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
and I will faithfully perform the duties
as the fire chief
as the fire chief
in and for the city of Gibraltar,
and for the city of Gibraltar,
Wayne County, Michigan,
Wayne County, Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Come on up here. We'd like to present you with this plaque, dated July 14th, 2025, promoted to fire chief. Thank you very much. Looking forward to working with you.
Likewise.
But, you pin this on your wife. Sure.
You can.
Yeah. Well, the paperwork's signed, there's no going back now.
Right, I've already got the plaque, it's been engraved, so no taking it back. So, mayor and council, members of the public, very importantly, my team, my family, all my friends, thank you all for your support, your encouragement through this journey. Becoming the fire chief is an incredible honor. As a third-generation Gibraltar firefighter, this isn't just a role, it's a continuation of a proud family legacy and a deep commitment to serving the community I've always called home. While I may now be the captain at the helm of this ship, our crew, you were the ones that make this ship sail. Without you, I couldn't do it, and same without my family's support. So, thank you all. I look forward to this journey as we continue on, and I look forward to the good things we can all do together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fire Chief Simon.
Sure.
Yeah. Come on up. You want
We
some
gotta
pictures?
Get some photos.
Yeah, we'd love to get a picture if somebody can take it from the audience there. You guys want to stand up for the photo? Or stand up behind you if that's okay. Yes. The shirt is accurate. Do we want to get the whole fire, all those fire department members? Why don't you guys get up here? Get up here.
There he is.
Perfect.
You're good. It's about you.
Don't worry.
Yes. It's the cutest.
Are we done? She's been at NASA, she's been everywhere. She's been to NASA, she's done all of it.
What a really special evening for the city of Gibraltar and the fire department that we are so grateful for. Chief, any final comments you want to make on that before we move on to the next item in our agenda?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
I'd like to bring everybody's attention now to the consent agenda. This evening, under the consent agenda, we have items A through G. I will not read them each by line, but council will be looking for a motion to approve consent agenda items A through G.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Molnar, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Walden. Any discussion on the consent agenda this evening?
I did have one question.
Yeah, please.
Just for clarification on what it's for. So the Pitney Bowes Global Financial, it says Lisa Machine, and then the next one under it says postage, totaling 1,900 and some change. Okay. I don't, never seen it on there, so probably just overlooked it.
Any further questions on the consent agenda or discussions? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Motion carried. Next on our agenda are communications. We have two communications. Item A is going to be from our Wayne County Treasurer and the right of refusal to purchase tax foreclosed property. Council will be looking for a motion to receive and file said communication.
Motion to receive and file?
Motion by Cox. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by McNabb. Any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic, please call a roll.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes. Next item on our communications is going to be our item B, Plant Moran letter regarding upcoming full year 24-25 audit. Amy, our finance director, McEwen, did you have anything you want to share with council before they receive and file this information?
Not at this time.
So council will be looking for a motion to receive and file.
Motion to receive and file Plant Moran letter.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic, whenever you're ready, we'll have you call roll.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes. All right, council. Now I'd like to call your attention to my report this evening. Before I get into my items A through F, just wanted to, since this is the first council meeting following our 4th of July festivities, just a profuse thanks to all of the city operation that came together and the community and the surrounding community residents for such an incredibly special 4th of July celebration. And a special shout out to Parks and Recreation Director Austin, who's sitting in the room, and the amazing commission members that make up the Parks and Rec Army. Y'all did a phenomenal job, and you should be really proud of what you delivered, which was an incredible parade, an incredible carnival and festivities with rides that were safe for our children and the people that rode them, with food that was elevated for that experience of that carnival festivity. From a great fireworks show to an amazing location consideration for the beer tent to all the amazing bands, local and at large, that came together. Just hats off. Incredible festivities. To our Director of Public Safety, thank you for keeping us safe during that window of time. And to obviously Fire Chief Simon for all the department that came together. From the fun side of the beer tent to the broader side of just regulating our community. And I know you'll have more in your report later today, but just thank you. And to our community for showing up and showing out. Everywhere was packed. I mean, I remember just sitting in the fire truck on the parade. I've never seen the street so packed for a parade. To the carnival, to the beer tents, to the music, to the fireworks. It was just a really special weekend, and I hope we all feel the same way on that front. I know, Austin, I know you're working to debrief with folks on ways we continue to improve on that foundation, but I feel we have an incredibly strong foundation, and just thanks everybody that made it possible. With that, I'd like to call your attention to my report this evening. I would like to point out our first item is the Senior Alliance Annual Community Match. Amy, Finance Director McEwen, and I met prior to this. I'll call your attention to the invoice that's in your packet for $531, which is our annual match that we put forth. I'll also call your attention to the infographics. I know we've done a lot of discussions, and Austin, you and the Parks and Rec Department is an example on how we support our senior community. I won't lead all the analytics, but we have these available in City Hall. It shows metrics of how we're providing resources for the senior residents that are serving, the Senior Alliance is serving. But council, this match is something that Amy and I verified is the annual payment we have as a community match for the Senior Alliance support that they provide our community. Just to be very clear, this is separate from the MOU that we discussed at prior meetings. So I'd be looking for a motion to authorize the payment, which is $531 to the Senior Alliance according to the invoice and the information in the packet. Do we have a motion for $531 for our community match for Senior Alliance services for full year? We do not have a motion for that. Okay. I will let Senior Alliance know that we are not authorized to make that invoice payment. Any council, any discussion on why we're not putting forth a motion on that?
From my perspective, I don't know anything about it in terms of what type of agreement we have with them. If it's just something that we're doing because we've always historically done it, or what, I mean, I see the infographic you have here, but I don't know what engagement we have with the Senior Alliance, or if this is just a gratuitous contribution that we make. I don't know anything about it, if there's any historical background.
I'm glad to provide more information from the Senior Alliance point of view on that. That's obviously the services are captured in the document that was shared in the infographic, so that would be what they're doing within our community under the scope of this match, but I'm glad to verify that.
Yeah, if we have some type of agreement with them where we're obligated to pay them for something that we've ordered from them.
I think $531 to me seems very reasonable for the extensive services capturing this demographic and the volume of residents that it's serving. So I'm having a hard time understanding why council is not willing to authorize that, but I understand, and we can get you more information if that's the hangup.
Thank you.
Next item on my list is going to be the transition of the city administrator. I know one of the candidates, both candidates, as our final two, are here in the chambers this evening. But they've completed their council interviews. We've also had some really productive discussions amongst the candidates and department heads and personnel in the operation, just to get a feel not only for culture, but two-way dialogue around your suitability as candidates and how that would fit with our operational needs. So I just want to make sure that we could acknowledge that we are now narrowing in on candidacy from well over 100 applicants to a short list. Councilman Molnar and I spoke, and he's got something later for council to consider regarding next steps in that process, and we've informed both candidates sitting in the room of those next steps, so stay tuned for that later discussion. The next item that I want to call out is going to be on the water license holding and the engineers. So obviously, council, you've already received the letter from CE Rains, as well as the information from Bruce Bullard, our prior water license holder. I also had Clerk Tomasic share with you via email the proposal from Benesh. And I know Treasurer Fonte also provided some intel around said proposal. Simply put, I had discussions with Eagle as well as Gleva to make sure they're aware that we're transitioning our water license holder responsibilities. Benesh has put forth a proposal to make sure that they can cover that water license holder responsibility. I think the other piece I think is strategically advantageous about that is that Benesh is doing our leak detection amongst our broader water consulting. So to have the water license holder under the umbrella of that Benesh partnership, I think would be very advantageous. So council, I'd be looking, and attorney, please, and we share that document. So if there's any concerns you have around the legal perspective on said agreement. But the short story, council, that I shared with you is you'll be able to leverage our existing agreement with Benesh. The rate schedule, obviously, and everything else is detailed in that. And they have a water license holder that would then serve our city with the appropriate backups. With your motion to authorize that step, I would then take that information and submit it to Eagle to make sure they have the operator in charge transition forms. And obviously, then it would roll into our day-to-day operational needs. So, council, I'll stop there, see if you have anything you wanted to raise in that context. And if not, I'd be looking for a motion to authorize Banesh to assume responsibility for our water license holder according to our requirements for water distribution.
I'll make the motion for Banesh.
Motion for
Authorize our
Banesh
water
to hold our water license.
I'll second.
Second from Walden. Council, any discussion on this matter?
I'm just thumbing through this right now real quick. Is there a duration of a contract on this?
6 months, and this was sent via email to
There's a
everybody.
7-day termination clause, though, so you can terminate at any time with the 7 days' notice.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and it's obviously, it's a requirement for us to distribute water to have a licensed person in charge, and
Precisely.
emergency measures are necessary at this time.
Okay, any further discussion? Clerk Tomasic, please call a roll.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
All right, well, I'm really excited about the next one. The next item on my report this evening is going to be our annual raise for part-time and seasonal DPW workers. Our DPW staff works very hard to serve this community. Our part-time and seasonal do just that for each and every day, and you probably see them out in the community quite a bit. Council had authorized us providing uniforms for them previously, and we are now proposing this evening an annual raise. The raise proposal is $0.75 an hour, 75 cents an hour, for our DPW part-time and seasonal workers. So I'd be looking for a motion to authorize the 75-cent raise per hour for our part-time and seasonal workers within DPW. Amy, anything you'd like to add to that before we look for that motion?
Nope, I just budget raise, albeit fortunately it's kind of a small one, but I try to budget something in each year, so.
I think it's well-deserved in every penny. So I know, John, you've been close to the operation too, day to day, but we're looking for motion to authorize 75 cents per hour raise for
I'll
our
make that
part-time.
motion.
Motion by McNabb, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Wood. Any discussion on this matter?
What do our part-time workers start at when they first come on? Do you know?
Amy's.
$14.50.
Any further discussion? Clerk Tomasic could be looking for you to call roll whenever you are ready.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
All right. That motion is carried. Congratulations to our part-time and seasonal workers, and obviously we'll look to implement that raise of 75 cents per hour. Good to meet you, man.
On the topic of the water license going forward, is, can we check with our attorney, or have our attorney check with the DPW's collectively bargained agent there, and see if we're able to offer an incentive to one of our workers, a financial incentive to hold a water license?
There is one.
There's an incentive in there already?
Yeah.
Any idea what it is, or?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, okay. Well, I mean, that, if there's an incentive already in there, do our teammates know about that?
Yes. Can I say something?
Please do.
Yeah, we've gone through that iteration about 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
They've been unable to secure it, so they know about it. They've taken courses for it. We've paid for the educational resources, and they're unable to pass the exam.
I know team members I personally spoke with are dedicated to making sure they explore those avenues, so, and I know their appetite is
Working on it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe there's something we can offer from support perspective. Maybe we can lighten their load during the course of a week, or something to where it enables them to study for it, or like I said, I don't know what the financial incentive is in the contract, or if it's just paying for the class, but if there's a rate per hour additional, or if we have to revisit that, it's something we certainly should consider so that we can internalize that again.
I like it. Great.
Sense.
Next topic is, you have an incredible report this evening, John, but I want to bring us to the equipment for John Sant. In order to have a productive output like you see in John's agenda and everything he's doing day to day, John, thank you so much for all you've done, not only historically, congratulations on your Volunteer of the Year award, and you have hit the ground running beyond belief in your role. Council, what I've put in your packet is we need to make sure John is set up with the right equipment. So I'll go one by one. On the laptop, John needs a laptop to work. As you can see in his agenda, while he has written out everything on hand here in your packet, he needs a laptop to successfully produce the information, house the information, and exchange with personnel and all the software interfaces he would require. So with that, council, I thought the most logical path for that laptop purchase was to leverage our existing precedent and what we know works. I spoke with Chief, and I included this in an email from Clerk Tomasic, which is the Lenovo computers that council approved for Chief on March 10th. He got one for Chief and one for Sergeant Robinson, Detective Robinson now. We had those two Lenovo V15 Gen 3 business laptops with a 15.6-inch display at a amount of $682.11. He presented all the quotes. I sent these to you via Amazon sourcing. Chief said that that laptop is working well for him and Detective Robinson.
Flawless.
Fantastic. And so I want to make sure that we leverage that pathway. Seems to be an affordable laptop from my research of $682.11. Obviously, I included all this information in the packet, but I'll stop there and look for a motion for authorizing. And I would say perhaps we could do an up to $700 to make sure we have window for that breathing room on the purchase. Finance Director McCune, anything you'd like to add?
I was gonna say, I would just make it up to 1,000 just in case. I don't know if you guys are running BSNA on yours, but just in case that I need something a little stronger for the BSNA.
That's helpful. So up to 700 would be the obviously purchase price for the laptop, but to your point, having a window or margin to accommodate some of the software needs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just in case, because I didn't check. I have an email out with our IT right now.
I'll make a motion to purchase a laptop for the DPW Director and Internal Engineer, Mr. John Sant, in the amount of up to $1,000.
Motion by Molnar, is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Second by McNabb. Any further discussion?
Do we have the licenses for Acrobat or Adobe or whatever program that's called now that allows you to open PDFs and
It's an individual license,
Yeah.
Amy. It's a monthly fee.
I have one, I think, and Katie has one.
Clerk Tomasic.
Okay, well, is that something that we can add? Then I'm sure that there's a necessity to be able to review pay apps and these things that come in PDF format, to be able to comment on them and shoot them back without trying to print everything and.
Yeah, perhaps that $300 window of margin we just approved up to, we can make sure he's got the license and the,
Well, that would just be like a monthly fee, so we could just add that as like a monthly expense.
cool.
Okay, very well.
Any further discussion? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll. Did you get what you need on the motion there?
Yep.
Cool.
McNabb,
Yes.
Mulnar,
Yes.
Schumate,
Yes.
Walden,
Yes.
Wood,
Yes.
Cox.
Yes.
Motion carried. You will have a new laptop ordered immediately.
Okay, thank you.
The second item is, in order for John to not have his personal phone completely overwhelmed and bombarded with not only calls from all of us sitting up here, but the team that he interfaces with, the professional services that he has to navigate, as well as the apps he requires, GIS amongst others. I'm also proposing giving John a cell phone. Amy and I worked to pull up the paperwork. Couple thoughts there. Looks like the top line cost will be about $45 a month to enable that cell phone. Our most recent cell phone purchase was authorized for Parks and Recreation Director, just for context. So that's where we're getting that data from. We do have one cell phone in the office that Amy and I have on hand physically that might be viable to have as a immediate use, but we'll make sure obviously you'd have the right tech and software required for your needs. So council will be looking for a motion to authorize the.
I'll make that motion. I witnessed it today.
Yeah,
He was on the phone like
100%.
a lot.
We need Art, can you just be a little more, the motion would be to authorize the cell phone purchase for
The
John
cell
Sant.
phone purchase for John Sant.
Cool.
Second.
We have a second by Walden. Council, any discussion on that matter? All right. Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Mulnar,
Yes.
Schumate,
Yes.
Walden,
Yes.
Wood,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Motion carried. John, you got a new cell phone on its way as well.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you're doing. Council, the next item I'd like to call your attention to is going to be our administrative updates. A couple things I want to flag there for you. The headline I think we discussed previously was roads and concrete repair, cement work, and I know, John, we talked about that offline, so I won't go into exhaustive detail there, but making sure we prioritize that, and Amy's unlocked the funds for that. The other element is our HVAC maintenance. Council, I won't ask for action this evening, but I've sent you some information, and Clerk Tomasic sent you some information around our HVAC maintenance agreement, and I'd be looking for your action once you've reviewed that on the 28th, so just giving you a heads up. Council, what I do want to call your attention to is just all the bold elements of our packet information. So I won't go into exhaustive detail other than to say we're making a lot of strides across a lot of projects. And each time that we make strides, I put our strategic priorities and I update the bold items to show you what that last deliverable was. A lot of that is the work of our personnel every day, and John, who has many of these items on his agenda this evening. But I just want to flag that for you. We'll continue to bring these to council meetings each meeting. Any questions, discussions, or specific projects you wanted to inquire about? All right. Any further questions for me? Comments for me? That closes my report this evening. And with that, I would like to turn over to our council reports. Councilman Valentine is not here for 33rd District Court. Any questions for Councilman Valentine? All right, Councilman Wood, why don't you take us to Beautification and Historical Museum?
Very, very short report. Beautification, we are just weeding and watering as much as we can, even though it's about 100 degrees out there, and we're trying to do it without falling out anywhere. But that's just ongoing. I hope everybody notices that we are trying to make a difference in the weeding and keeping the flowers going during this hot spurt. But that's pretty much it for beautification. We do have a little bit of issues still with our battery situation with the Kubota, but I think Art has something else in mind, so.
You got some tricks up your sleeve?
We're gonna change the pump for it, change of plans.
Okay. Well, Councilman McNabb's gonna lead it on that one for you.
Yeah, we're gonna keep moving forward with whatever, and I still do have the empty milk jugs in my trunk just in case.
Backup plan, all right.
Always have a backup
Better
plan.
than a bucket.
You gotta put those in the museum one day.
So, our museum, for July 6th, when we were open, we had a very, very nice turnout. And it's usually very nice during, the 4th of July when people from out of town are here. And so that worked out very well. So that's all I have to say. Everything just, working out great.
Thanks for all you're doing on the community on the beautification front. And I know that's Army behind you there, and I love the museum. Thanks for the updates. Any Councilwoman Wood questions or comments? All right, Councilman Cox, floor is yours.
No report.
Any questions for Councilman Cox? Councilman McNabb.
Mayor and council. I have not much to report. I just want to have a shout out to the guys that run the weed harvester, 90-degree weather days. It's 8 hours a day on a loud, hot machine. And they put a lot of time into that, and that's 2 or 3 days a week. So that's all I had to report right now. We have a little work to do on our range lights, and it's up and coming. Thank you.
And I didn't get a chance to tell you because it just came in my inbox before the meeting, but county reached out and they're requesting a meeting with myself, and I'll pull you into the Department of Public Services to talk about the grant dollars that were allocated and the future of that pathway for our new harvester. So you and I will go tackle that meeting here shortly.
Very good. Thank you.
Any questions for Councilman McNabb? All right, Councilman Molnar, floor's yours.
Thank you, Your Honor. Couple things. First, with respect to the 4th of July festivities, I heard you commend Mr. Reynolds and our public service team too, or public safety team, sorry. And I couldn't agree more. This was probably one of the most organized efforts that we had there. The really coolest part about 4th of July in Gibraltar is the community comes together, even if you have differences of opinions here or there. I seen everybody with smiles on their faces. Really, the kids had smiles, the adults did. It was well organized, well planned. I know that the entire police department works that event every year, right? The entire day. And so the DPW was there all day. I didn't get a chance to meet our new gentleman on the DPW, but I seen him working his tail off. There wasn't a time when he was socializing. He was super busy, working really hard, and it was really a pleasure to see everybody come together and make that happen. And just good job, man. So, thank you.
Well said.
Second thing, when it comes to the city administrator process, we've gone through this now a couple of times and learned something each time as we've gone through it. And for me, one of the things that I feel like I've learned about myself and our board here is that we don't have lifelong politicians that sit up here. We are representatives of the community. We are people that simply live up and down the streets of the Jib, and we don't have a background in public administration. And so for us, folks that don't have a sincere background or historical background in public administration, for us to ask the right questions and go through the right processes provides a bit of a challenge. When it comes to the like test, we do good. We really like the candidates that we have. And that's super exciting for us that we get along with them already. That's huge. But there is an opportunity for us to have our candidates that we've already identified as the folks of interest, have them be preliminarily interviewed by people that do have a public administrative background and history. And so I've been in touch with Double Hull Solutions, which is a recruiting firm that works in the public administration. They do a plethora of other services for communities that we may want to consider as we develop a working relationship with them, if we develop a working relationship with them. I've got a couple of figures from them for simply taking our narrow group of candidates that we have and going through the formal process of them interviewing them from their background, first interviewing us to see what it is that we're looking for, and then run it through their processes with our short list of candidates. So I have that, the rough numbers from them for that. They really wanted to produce a nicely manicured brochure offer, and we can wait for that. It's been committed to be delivered by tomorrow, and we could hold a special meeting for it to get it approved, or we could approve up to a certain amount of dollars now, however anybody wants to consider that. But that is something that I recommend, is having folks that understand public administration far better than us and our diverse professional backgrounds. We know a lot about a lot of different things, but I don't think any of us would proclaim to be professionals in vetting for public administrative officials.
I really like the concept, and I think it would probably be astute for us to authorize the up to this evening.
Okay.
If we're conceptually supportive of it, and then we could share the paperwork and obviously make sure that offline everybody is supportive of that pathway. So I would recommend up to.
Okay.
Versus calling a special meeting just for that purpose.
Okay. The motion amount that I would ask for is up to $12,500 for this process. Before we went too far forward, I think we want to review their proposal and see exactly what is included in it and make sure that we're satisfied with that. And I'll obviously loop you into that and our attorney as well, and our entire team up here to make sure we're all satisfied with the contents of the proposal before we elect to formally go forward with it.
Has Finance Director McEwen seen any of these figures yet?
No.
All right, so Finance Director McEwen will make sure we work with you offline, obviously, to make sure the budget is capable of handling whatever number is landed upon. Cool. Motion?
Yeah, I will make the motion to expend up to $12,500 for engaging with Double Hull Solutions for the executive interview process.
Is there a second for that motion?
Second.
Second by Cox. Any discussion? I just want to make sure, Finance Director McEwen will have a discussion tomorrow to make sure we look at the funds and what capacity we have. So thank you for your understanding as this is put on today. And then obviously council will look at the broader proposal that Councilman Molnar will get from the company and make sure we understand that.
Yeah, and I just got that email from them shortly before this meeting, And, yeah, once we get the proposal, I'll distribute it to everybody. I'll distribute it to the clerk to distribute to everybody and have that conversation, and hopefully that'll help narrow it down. Because again, on the like test, we really like the narrow list of applicants that we had the opportunity to meet with. From a professional landscape, I think it's important that we make sure that we do more than just like them.
Awesome. Council, any further discussion? Clerk Tomasic, if you got the motion, we will have you call roll.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yes.
Awesome, motion carried. Councilman Mueller, anything else on your floor?
You know, getting back to, well, I guess this will segue directly into Councilman Walden's, but all the work that Austin and the Recreation Commission and John Sant have put into the baseball field and what I know it's gonna look like in the near future here. Our kids are really gonna benefit from that, and that brings a whole new life and whole new energy as we wander through and we take that S curve down South Gibraltar. It's just one more positive energy thing that helps build upon, so thank you guys.
The Gibraltar Field of Dreams, nice work.
Yeah, so it's all you.
With that, I'd love to turn the floor to Councilman Walden.
So I don't have much. I will say that Austin has had his hands full since he started, and man, I can't be more proud of you. We had our last Recreation Commission meeting on July 1st, 2 days before all the festivities, so the meeting really pertained to just kind of relaying that everything was in stone for the 4th of July. And moving forward in the next meeting, we'll start putting a little bit more focus into the 5-year plan. But I'm not going to take any credit for anything that Austin's doing. I'm going to let him get up here and tell you all about it himself. So that's all I got.
Awesome. Any questions for Councilman Walden? I know Councilman Mueller and I shout out, but I want to make sure it's also clear. Big shout out to DPW. Clint was a part of our planning meetings. Devin, the whole team that came together. There's a lot of work that DPW did in partnership with Austin and the team to make it all happen. So just want to send as a closing so that you can come up here and give your report.
There we go. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I just want to start off by, I really appreciate all the kind words and all the praise about the 4th and the baseball field and everything that's going on. And, I really do appreciate it. So it means a lot. And then I'd also want to give my thanks to police and fire for both your whole departments were a big help on the 4th of July. It was huge. We had the fire beer tent. That was a big hit as always. And then you guys were keeping us safe. So really appreciate that. And the fire department even helped with pushing a car out of the ditch. So that was nice.
Look at that.
Yeah, so everyone was a huge help. DPW, all our planning meetings with Clint and then Katie, Mayor, we all, came together to really make this thing happen. And, it's a solid foundation and it'll be even better next year. But on to the next thing. I have 2 action items tonight. They should be in the packet. The first one should be to accept a contract with Wayne County Parks for the Park Millage Fund to be reimbursed for up to $10,000 for improvements to Gibraltar Community Center parks. Does anyone have any questions on that?
So this is just a contract saying that we'll put the money forward once it's complete. They'll
They'll reimburse us. Yep.
Attorney, any concerns on your end?
No, it's a standard Wayne County agreement in this type of situation, so.
Thank you for going out and securing these potential funds pending council's approval.
Do we owe them a sign on this one, like we
We
always
do. We do owe them a sign, yeah.
Yeah. I think we've had 2 occasions with that, so we should know what that costs.
Yep. So council will be looking for a motion to enter the agreement with Wayne County for improvements to our Gibraltar Community Center.
I'll make that motion.
The amount of 10K. Katie, I want to make sure you have your motion, okay? Sorry, where was the second coming from?
McNabb.
McNabb? Thank you.
Second.
Supported by Nab. Any discussion on this matter? Thank you again, Austin and team, for getting this.
Yeah, this is one that we've received in years of past. I think we've read this agreement a handful of times over, and I'm in favor of it.
Awesome. Clerk Tomasic, whenever you are ready, we'll have you call roll.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes. Motion carried, back to you.
All right. Appreciate it. So the second action item is to actually start using that 10,000 for the fence at the baseball field. So I got 3 quotes from 3 different vendors for the fence, and I think in the packet, it'll tell you that industrial fence came in the lowest, so that's my recommendation, is that we go with industrial fence to replace the fence at the baseball field for 10,300, somebody, it's 300 something, somebody,
$1,374.
thank you.
For the vinyl coated.
Yes. Which I'm totally in favor for moving to vinyl coated for the fence.
Do it right.
Yep.
Love it. Council be looking for a motion to authorize that purchase, and obviously then Parks and Recreation Director would work with our finance director to make sure we have the appropriate exchange of funds and the reimbursement accordingly.
I'll make that motion.
A motion by Cox to authorize the purchase for new fencing,
Second.
second by Walden. Clerk Tomasi, did you get what you need on the motion? Any discussion on this matter?
Black.
What color vinyl?
Black.
Any further discussion? I like Councilman McNabb's words, you're gonna do it right, that's awesome. So thank you, and Clerk Domestic will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Molnar.
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes,
All right.
motion carried.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. That's all I've got for you. If you have anything for me, let me know.
Questions, comments? Keep doing great work, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
But yeah, let us know how, as you get other programs rolling out, let us know how we
Oh,
can
yeah,
help,
absolutely.
notify and get people engaged.
Mm-hmm. Working on it.
Cool.
Things coming.
All right.
Don't worry.
And as we close it out, I know we're celebrating, but just shout out to Clerk Tomasic as well, on the broader communication, but 4th of July especially, and everything you've done to work with the team, not only on our planning meetings, all of the suggestions you had, but making sure our community is notified every step of the way, so thank you.
Thank you.
With that, we will turn over to our city attorney.
No report.
Efficient. Any questions for our city attorney? We will now pass the chair, as we are pursuing our next city administrator. John Sant, our DPW director, is sitting next to me, and so I'd love to pass the floor to you for what is a very healthy agenda.
Oh, yeah, it's healthy. The first item is pay application number 1 from Absolute Quality for $104,130 for lead line replacements that have been completed. Also is change order number 1 in the amount of $36,300 for 8 additional lead line replacements, which were added to the original contract. Same unit prices were used for this work. Included in this packet is a certified payroll forms for work completed with the pay application. Raines is reviewing the pay app and change order now. And I think the numbers are probably gonna come down a little bit. I'm gonna take a few of the, I think there's 3 services we aren't gonna touch at this time. I figured I'd get this in now. That's the worst-case scenario right there.
So council be looking for a motion to authorize pay application number 1 and change order number 1 according to the up to amounts in.
This
John.
work has been confirmed to be completed through the engineer that they're requesting payment for?
Yeah, off of our survey sheet we do every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And John, just on that note, since it was a topic, approximately percentage-wise, how are we on the percent completion for the overall lead line kind of
Probably
trajectory?
about 98%.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's good.
Team is doing great work. John, I know you're out there on the sites, so thank you. Finance Director McEwen, you're feeling good about the dollar allocations here before we give it to council's motion?
And I think for the lead lines, it's gonna be covered by our lead line grant, because we were currently already under expending all of the lead line grant money. So for anything with that,
Awesome. Thumbs up. All right, council, we'll be looking for a motion for pay application number 1 and change order number 1, and perhaps to John's latter point, maybe we go up to, for the sake of the upper limit that he has put forth for you today.
Well, I think we can approve this payment based on it's still below contract amount. So I think what you're saying is that we should wind up below the contract amount based on eliminating some.
Yes.
So I think we would address that on future payments we can authorize this payment the way it is, without any attachments to it. That's my belief.
Yeah, this is for work completed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I make the motion to approve the pay application number 1 and change order number 1
In the amounts listed?
in the amounts listed.
Okay.
Thank you, Clerk Tomasic. Councilman Molnar, a motion. Is there a second for that motion?
Second.
Second by Cox. Any discussion on this matter?
That's pretty good pay application, pretty thorough, gives everything that we're supposed to be reviewing. So this is it's a nice packet of information.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, item.
Sorry, we gotta have Clerk Tomasic call roll, and then we'll get back to
Okay,
you.
all right.
Clerk Tomasic, floor is yours.
All right, Wood? Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Motion carried. Now back to you. Item B.
Okay, item number 2 is I have attached 2 invoices from Absolute Quality for installing a new 1-inch copper water line at 30033 Point. That was the line that was leaking underneath the roadway. This was to replace the leaking line. Okay, original quote was $2,800, but there was additional work required, about 2 days' worth of extra work to find the existing feed line due to the water main as-built and markings being incorrect. So the cost of that work was $8,775, requesting payment of $11,575. And there was backup for his for his extra work. It's on,
I appreciate the preparation material you put in there. And Councilman Cox, I know you and I spoke on this topic. I don't have intimate familiarity, but
I'm well aware of it. I visited the site on the 2 days that they were exploratory digging and weren't able to locate the lead. So I can confirm that they spent the time trying to achieve it. So I'm in agreement with the 2 days of exploratory digging.
we'd be looking for a motion from Councilman Cox to authorize, or sorry, motion from any council members to authorize this payment.
I'll make the motion to authorize.
Motion by McNabb. Could you just be
11,570?
specific on the amount there?
I got it. He said it.
Got it? Okay, perfect. All right, and is there a second?
Second.
Second by Cox. Any discussion?
So I have just a moment of discussion here, and that, we were originally quoted the 2,800, and I don't, I trust your communication there that our team, whether it was a vendor or employee, mismarked or misrecorded the locations.
our as-built drawings showed the old water main. There's 2 water mains there. There's an abandoned one and a live one. And they were chasing the abandoned one.
Well, didn't we just, and this is not my lane, but didn't we just 3 houses north of that have a water main that we had to repair in the middle of the winter? Was that, would that not have told us which?
We never found the abandoned one there.
Oh, okay, so maybe.
Part of it was gone.
Okay.
We found, he picked that signal up. He was picking it up, Marv was picking it up, and our guys were picking up the same thing.
So is the water line,
Well, that water line's all over the place,
okay.
okay?
Oh,
It's,
okay. Yeah, it's
it's like a
really no
snake,
fault
it's
of the
like a snake.
contractors.
No, it's not the contractor's fault.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll if there's no further discussion.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Motion carried. John, back to you.
Okay, number 3 is a recommendation of award for the 2025 HMA parking lot restoration at City Hall and the Talbert Center parking lots from C.E. Rains. They recommend the award to be made to Al's Asphalt Paving for $397,443.45, with a 10% contingency in the amount of $39,744.35. A total recommended amount of $437.187.80. The paving breakdown is to do City Hall is $215,704.50. Community Center, $181,738.95. So that's our $397,443.45. And I recommend that the $39,744.35 contingency be held by the city. And we can go out and verify if there's extras or if we want to do extra work. We know what we have to work with.
I love this, and I know Finance Director McEwen is excited because this is the bond money that we have left, and obviously there's restrictions on where we can spend it, and location, and context of spend. So, John, thank you for the work for pulling this to the finish line, and council will be looking for a motion to authorize this.
I'll make that motion. Authorize award to Al's Asphalt for the $397,443.45 with a 10% contingency of $39,744.35 added to that.
Motion by Cox, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by McNabb. Council, any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic will have you call a roll whenever you are ready.
McNabb. Molnar.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Cox.
Yes.
Motion carried. Back to you, John.
Okay. I'm recommending the award of the wood replacement on the walking bridges on Middle Gibraltar Road to KAB Enterprises Incorporated for $28,683.52. Company is located in Lincoln Park, Michigan. The work consists of wood replacement on the steel bridge and repairs to both walkway bridges on both sides of the street, power washing and staining of the wooden walkways. We had 3 bidders at the pre-bid and only 2 bids were received. Attached is the bid from KAB with their bid breakdowns.
Council will be looking for a motion to award this.
Motion to award the wood walking bridge repairs to KAB Enterprises as the lowest responsive bidder.
Motion by Cox, thank you. Is there a second for this?
Second.
Second by Walden. Council, any discussion on this matter?
I'm just curious what the second bid was.
64,000.
Okay.
Over double.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Any other discussion on this matter?
I'm curious, is that gonna, on the wood walk bridge, is that gonna replace the handrail? The top handrail?
Yeah, top handrail,
Okay.
yep.
All right,
And busted spindles.
right. Pretty good.
Any other discussion? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Molnar.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Cox.
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Motion carried. John, back to you.
Attaches a recommendation for final payment to Inliner Solutions for the 2023-2024 sanitary sewer rehab and 2022-2023 sanitary rehab projects from CE Rains. It's the final retention amount on each contract. 22-23 contract is $25,322.25. 23-24 contract is $44,911.49 for a total of $70,233.74. Attached are the invoices and Rains letters.
Council will be looking for a motion to authorize final payments as described by.
These are retention releases, John?
Yeah.
That's the balance of what's
Yep.
left?
To open discussion, I'm happy to make the motion.
Motion by Councilman Molnar. Is there a second?
Second.
So,
Discussion, please.
yeah, thank you. My question is, did they finally finish?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there were no offsetting costs that we incurred as a result of delays?
No.
Very well, thank you.
Took a while to get them to come back, but they did come back and finish up.
Okay.
Any further discussion on this matter? I know there's some offline email threads about documentation and stuff that I know Councilman Cox and Treasurer Fontaine and I were on, so we can make sure we wrap those up as well.
Okay.
With that, Clerk Domestic will have you call roll.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Motion carried. John, back to you.
Okay. DPW is requesting approval to hire a part-time custodian for the City Hall complex. This employee will work 2 days a week. Pay rate will be $14.50 per hour. Attached is the application of the new hire candidate for this position.
Council looking for a motion to authorize the hire of this part-time custodian according to the applicant information put in your packet.
Make a motion.
Motion by McNabb. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Wood. Council, any discussion on this matter?
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
The pay rate, $14.50 an hour, does that include the 75 cents?
No, it'll be
Falls under part-time.
Would that,
75 cents is added to this.
Right.
yeah,
So it's actually
It'd be
15.25.
$15.25.
Okay.
to me, it would be the same
Yeah.
starting line.
We wanted to wait until council approved.
Right.
Yeah,
Just want to
exactly.
make sure I got it
Okay.
right.
Good call,
Yeah.
good call, Clerk Domestic.
Yeah, I know it's a need. We discussed having an RFP out there for janitorial services, and we haven't been able to get that off the ground. So if this is the next best thing, and it's a matter of moving the ball forward, then that's what we have to do.
Yeah, it's really important, and it's an immediate step, but there's gonna be further action required, obviously, long-term. Clerk Domestic will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes. John, back to you.
Okay. DPW is requesting to hire one part-time seasonal worker to fill the position of the employee who left. Pay rate will be $14.50 an hour. Employee will be used for grass cutting, road patching, chipping, and other tasks within the DPW. Attached is an application for employment.
Council be looking for a motion to authorize this hire, and as John mentioned, this is a one-for-one. We have an individual who's departing, and so this would replace that individual without any disruption.
The individual already departed.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Clerk Domestic, do you have the motion, okay? Cool. Any discussion? Clerk Domestic will have you call roll.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes. John, back to you.
DPW is requesting to purchase 2 new fire hydrants from East Jordan Iron Works for our stock. One is a regular hydrant assembly and one is a complete hydrant assembly. Total cost is $8,132.99. Quotes attached.
Council will be looking for your motion to authorize the purchase of
Are these gonna be spare hydrants, or are they, okay.
Because we don't have, I think we've got one spare right now.
How often do we run into the need to replace them? Or does that have to do with whether or not we keep the bars open until 2 a.m.?
Well, we had to replace one over there on Neely and Bayview because the stem was broke.
So we've had one replacement this year?
I think we had 2 replacements this year.
And they're usually an item that if we ordered them, it'd be a couple days to get them, and
Yeah.
In a bad way.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Precisely.
Okey-dokey.
Is there a motion from council to authorize the purchase of these two?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Cox. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Walden. Any further discussion on this matter?
Mr. Schott, do you know the average age of the hydrants in the city? Just an average?
Probably some over 50 years old.
And older.
We've got old ones.
The old ones aren't the ones I'm worried about.
No.
It's the new ones.
Any further discussion on this matter?
Yeah, is this something that we have to waive the formal bidding process for? Because,
East Jordan's the supplier that we've been using.
is it not compatible with other types? Or this is something we've dealt with quite a bit about sole sourcing things.
Well, this will keep us in line with all the hydrants we have that we're trying to switch over to get one standard.
So is the standard consideration like an aesthetic, or is it a functionality standard?
Function.
So
Perhaps that's a good call out, maybe revising the motion to consider adding the functionality component as a single source wave. Or city attorney, do you have any recommendation, given our focus on that matter, on how you would approach that procedurally?
Yeah, you can always waive that if there's reason to waive, and this would probably be a reason functionality if it's justified, so make it a part of the motion.
Yeah.
So future reference, we'll know why it was made.
what kind of difference, I'm curious, is what type of difference this hydrant would have by East Jordan as opposed to one by, another vendor, if there is such a thing?
I can tell
Rick,
you,
can you help me out on this?
Yeah, there's not a lot of vendors to
Okay.
begin with. You're only gonna find two, East Jordan and Ferguson, right? East Jordan's materials are always American-made. There's some stipulations that go along with it, right? 90% of the communities that I work in use East Jordan as their supplier. Functionality, being able to receive the materials, but things have changed in the last few years of how much they keep on stock or what's held at their yards. So you need to have a couple backup ones because of emergencies, so I'm in agreement with.
Plus, if we're out of it, a community would have the same source, so it's interchangeable between communities, which makes it, the purpose, East Jordan has pretty much flooded the entire state of Michigan with the,
Yes, they have.
and, I mean, from the manhole covers to catch basin covers to the entire line of cast iron structures, so I don't see any problem with this. I think I think the advantage it gives us is that if, with our parts and mechanisms here, it gives us the ability to go to other communities and swap out if we need it, if we don't have it.
So is EJ Company, are they like the exclusive distributor of that product in this?
That's East Jordan, yes, yeah.
It's East Jordan.
Yeah, there would
They're
be.
the manufacturer as well.
Yeah, there would be, that's direct. You would have other houses that would have those.
My suggestion is procedurally, I would like the two motion maker and second to perhaps just revise the motion to say due to functionality and supplier considerations, just for the sake of the record. If that's,
I am supportive to that.
Cox made the motion.
yeah, so Cox, would you be willing to modify your motion to add due to supplier?
Yes, I'm willing to modify my motion.
Due to supplier and functionality considerations.
And Walden seconded it.
I will second that.
Okay.
Good discussion. Any further discussion on this matter?
I have one more question, but this is for
Please.
Fire Chief Cindy. 4-inch line we have on our truck? So these 4-inch storks that comes with these would, okay,
Nice call.
that's all.
Any further discussion? And if not, Clerk Tomasic can take us to roll, please.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Motion carried. John, back to you.
DPWs are requesting to purchase 40 fire hydrant markers similar to the new ones that were installed on the new fire hydrants on Gibraltar Road. These would be installed on the remainder of the fire hydrants west of the railroad tracks on Gibraltar Road, Old Ford Street, Jefferson, from Vreeland to Woodruff. This would aid in locating the fire hydrants along the roadways. We purchased the current ones from USA Blue Book at $24.26 each. The cost for 40 is $970.40 plus freight. I think it's a good idea to mark the hydrants for the fire department's one, and some of them covered up by weeds, which is on our list of things to do. Go out there and start killing weeds to locate the hydrants.
Yeah, same
Snow.
can be said for snow.
Yeah, so council, the motion will be in your court to authorize the purchase for the cost of $970 and $40 plus applicable freight considerations.
Make that motion.
Victor Massey, do you have that? Thank you. And is there a second for that motion?
I'll second.
Councilman Walden, any discussion? Clerk Tomasic will hand it to you to call roll, please.
Pats?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
John, back to you.
Okay. I would like to send 3 DPW employees to the 2025 Outdoor Equipment Expo, which is sponsored by the Michigan Rural Water Association, which we are a member of. This takes place on August 14th, 2025 at Michigan International Speedway. 3 employees are Bill Kane, Clint Nemec, and Devin Martin. Cost is $165 per person, $495 total if we register by July 25th, or $215 per person, $645 after that date. They will earn CECs for attending the training. And this, it goes towards their continuing education. DP training is part of their contract. I've attached a flyer with the information on the expo and completed applications.
Council, a motion will be in your court to authorize the attendance at the Michigan Rural Water Association's 25 Outdoor Expo.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Wood, is there a second? No second for this?
I'll second.
Second by Cox. Any discussion on this matter?
So my only concern is, this is on a Thursday, is this an all-day event?
It's an all-day event.
So we're gonna essentially take our entire DPW and send them to Brooklyn for the day. If something goes wrong, do we have a contingency plan for that?
It was my first flag to John when he had proposed this.
Contact Rockwood.
Just have Rockwood come over? Okay.
And right now, they're scheduled to go, but in the past, they've been scheduled to go and an emergency comes up, like a water main or something. That's one drawback, if something happens and they can't go because of an emergency.
Any further discussion on this matter?
What do they do in the classes here? It says hands-on, but it doesn't really give an idea unless I'm missing a page. As it talks about the training credits are water and wastewater.
Yeah, they get .4 credits for attending classes.
The picture just shows them playing soccer.
Yeah,
with
and
the-
then they get .1 credit for their water and wastewater for going through the exhibit area. I think there's more classes to be added or more sessions. This is what, these were pending, so there could be more added.
I guess my only concern, well, in addition to Councilperson Walden's concern of everybody being gone for the day, but also the equipment wish list that comes back with it.
Yeah.
I guess it's important to be able to know how to use the different tools that we might rent or.
Well, there might be more technology out there for them to see what's available.
Yeah.
Any further discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic will have you call.
Well,
Oh, please.
would it be appropriate to maybe let two of them go and keep one DPW employee here for that day in case there was something to happen here? It's just something to talk about.
I can discuss it with them.
What other training opportunity, are there plenty? I mean, I know you're new to the role.
I'm new to the role.
Yeah.
I know there's some training available through Downriver Conference, but I don't know what the training is. This here is mainly for the water operators. So they're trying to get their licenses.
Okay,
This aids them in getting their credits.
okay. Makes sense.
I know the motion was to authorize it, as you stated, Councilman Cox. You can perhaps take a look at that suggestion around two, for sort of making sure that we're managing the practical day-to-day needs.
Yep.
Unless you want to revise the motion, which you have the right to do as well.
I seconded the motion, I didn't make it.
Wood made the motion.
It would, are you okay with the motion as is, recognizing that John will take a look to make sure we're resourced effectively here? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, any further discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you're ready.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
John, back to you.
Okay. DPW is requesting to purchase new mulch for the playscape at the community center and city park. This material is certified mulch for playgrounds, received, we got 3 quotes on 140 cubic yards. Playground mulch, lowest price came from CAP. Pallet service for their Cushionwood product, which is certified, 19 cubic yards, $19 per cubic yard. So it'd be $2,919.60, total price delivered. The material would be installed using our DPW and court workers. The mulch is kind of thin out there. I think the last time it was done was 3 years ago.
Council, motion will be in your court to authorize this mulch purchase for $29,1960.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Molnar, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Walden, any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
John, back to you.
Okay.
Could I make one comment on that last one?
Please.
Shows tax on that. Aren't we tax exempt?
I'll have to give them a form.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll throw that out there.
Yeah.
Call. John, back to you for the last item.
The last item is DPW is requesting to purchase 50 tons of 23A limestone, 50 tons of 6A limestone to be used for backfill on the new sanitary sewer line at the community center when we replace it. This work is planned to be done 7/28 to 7/30. Cost of materials $2,607 from Miles Trucking. And I got the breakdown of how much 23A is worth and 6A.
Council, motion be in your court to approve this purchase of limestone backfill material.
Motion to approve.
We have a
Second.
Motion by Molnar and a second by McNabb. Any discussion on this matter?
What do we have on hand?
What do we have on hand?
Yeah. As far as over in the yard? Minimal?
Very minimal. Enough for a water main break or,
Right, that's it, that's all
yeah,
it's for.
that's it.
Any further discussion on this matter?
I know with Miles being right there on Vreeland, they've always been the most reasonable trucking cost for this product, coming
Yeah.
from probably the Corey and Carlton, I would imagine.
Nice. Any further discussion? Clerk Tomasic, we will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Schumate?
Yes.
Wood? I'm sorry, Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Motion carried. John, healthy agenda indeed, but back to you if you had anything else you want to add.
All I have for right now.
I think you set a record for the most volumetrically large agenda topics for your first meeting.
I'll have more at the next meeting.
Really appreciate all the work you're doing. I think this is just for the public, this is a taste of what John has continued to deliver for the city. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And with that, Clerk Tomasic, floor is yours.
Thank you. Council, I have one item tonight. I request the approval of the payment to Civic Plus in the amount of $1,837.50 for the annual ordinance codification services. This service includes the integration of all ordinances adopted over the past year into our online court of ordinances, as well as the printing of paper supplements for our ordinance books. Council, if you recall, about this time last year, we approved an annual billing structure with Civic Plus for this very service, and this invoice falls perfectly in line with that billing structure. So this is a budgeted item, and again, that's in the amount of $1,837.50.
I make the motion to approve accordingly.
Thank you.
A motion by Molnar, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Cox. Any discussion on this matter?
I recall this discussion well last year, and glad that you gave us that background, that it fits right in there with it. Thank you.
Yep.
Any further discussion? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes. Motion carried, back to you.
That is all.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Treasurer Fonte, floor is yours.
No report, Mayor. Just a suggestion, if, Katie, do you know when the bridge meeting's coming up? July 28th?
28th?
Yeah, so that the public knows it's July 28th. What time?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. And
Yep,
the
before our
discussion-
council meeting.
Yeah, it'll be the discussion on the Horse Island Bridge and the Young Street Bridge.
Great flag.
Okay?
Thank you. Any questions for Treasurer Fonte? Finance Director McEwen, floor is yours.
Okay, item number 1 is the final water transfer to general fund. As promised, I do reconcile it. I kind of included the little sheet showing a brief reconciliation of everything for you. The final amount wasn't the full 80,000, but 61,321.74. So I would need council's approval for that transfer.
Council, is there a motion to approve this transfer resolution for water operations general fund?
I will make that motion.
Motion by Walden, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Molnar. Any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic, please call a roll.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood? Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes. Motion carried. Amy, back to you.
Thank you for the backup.
No problem. My second item is the transfer resolution for major and local roads to general fund. This is the third and fourth quarter of amount of $32,879.29 from major and $32,879.29 from local. This is for the DPW's time for different items, including replacing signs, plowing snow, the crack and joint sealing that they do, mowing the lawns, all those different items. We calculate the equipment and their time.
Awesome. Is there a motion to authorize the transfer resolution, major and local roads to general fund?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by McNabb. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Wood. Any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic, whenever you are ready, we'll have you call roll.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Motion carried. Finance Director McEwen, back to you.
Okay, and my last item is what kind of appears to be a hiccup. At our council meeting on February 13th of 2025, council approved a plow for our Kubota in the amount of $4,780. However, the plow actually came out as being higher, and it was for $5,480. Due to the amount of this difference, even though it's within the purchasing policy, I was uncomfortable approving it without bringing it to council and getting council's approval for it. I will get the sales tax wiped off of this, but I wanted to bring these documents and get them approved. There was nothing in writing that I could find with Michael Blackburn approving this.
So, council, I talked to Michigan Cat myself to get their take on it, and without digging into weeds here, McAllister did what they were supposed to do and alert people of the change in price. That was brought forth prior to your directive at council that night. So people had knowledge of this beforehand. They didn't execute it properly, and it's nothing more than, I wouldn't even call it a glitch. It's something that people thought that they could maneuver with the change in price without bringing it to council because it was under $1,000. So
I appreciate that backdrop.
that's the little bit of concern you have when something like that happens. It should have been brought forth to council. It didn't, and I'm satisfied that McAllister did what they were supposed to do prior to this. It just happens to fall on the shoulders of the people aren't here anymore.
Appreciate that.
This is kind of why we put in all these balances, because then when I go through and see invoices, I usually check back to council meetings to see what you approved for, which is why we want you guys to say the dollar amounts as well. So if I don't see a motion, I see a motion for this amount, but the invoice comes back at this amount, and it's more than like a $20, $50 difference, I'm gonna question what happened.
The beauty of systematic process and procedure. Thank you.
Yes.
So this isn't after the fact, this was already delivered, correct?
Yes.
That goes on the front.
Amy, I know your action proposal is to authorize the approval for the entire amount of 5480. Is that what you'd like to request?
Yes, that way I can get this invoice approved and paid and still have it in the previous fiscal year.
Okay. Council, the motion's in your court per the proposed action to approve the V-Plow for the Kubota at a price of 5480.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Wood. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by McNabb. Any further discussion on this matter?
And just, what I'm hearing is that we approved it in February for 4780.
Yep.
And so we've already given that approval. We're just giving kind of retroactive approval for 5480, and I'm satisfied with what I've heard here as well.
Yes, that is correct.
Clerk Tomasic, we'll have you call roll if there's no further discussion.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Motion carried, and back to Finance Director McEwen.
Oh, I'm all done.
All right, any questions for Finance Director McEwen? All right, with that, we will turn over the floor to Police Chief Bullard.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. Since the last report, or council meeting, the police department responded to 274 calls for service, had 42 incident reports, 2 arrests, 9 traffic citations, and 10 Detective Bureau investigations. Under Gibraltar Police Department news, I'd like to thank all the city departments again on a successful 4th of July. As previously talked about at the beginning of the meeting, I am in the process of drafting a block party ordinance as well as application, and I will bring that to the July 28th council meeting. West Shore Services completed their annual maintenance for both the Gibraltar weather sirens. The reports are included in your packets. Sergeant Schaefer and Sergeant Jones from the fire department and I had a meeting with the Detroit River International Wildlife Refuge staff on July 9th, requested access and a tour of the property and buildings. We also received gate codes and keys in case assistance or emergency response crews are requested. I will also be working with Chief Simon on scheduling future trainings on the property. It was a little tight, but the ATV made it through all the trails, or most of the trails, 90%. Also included in my report is the All Traffic Solutions Report. My study was conducted on north and southbound Adams and Grandview after our department received a complaint. The results of the study are in your packets. After review of the study, no further action will be taken except for traffic enforcement. Also included in my packet is the ordinance officer's report. I do have 2 more action items. Action item B. Dispatchers Hillary Moore was hired May 9th on 2025, and a dispatcher Rebecca Jackson was hired January 24th, 2025. Per the state of Michigan, new dispatchers have to take a 40-hour training course within 18 months of hire, called Module 1. The course consists of an overview of public safety, telecommunicator roles and responsibilities, legal aspects, communications, technologies, techniques, call classification, radio communications, and stress management. The total amount for the class will be $1,300. I'm requesting a motion from council to request to approve dispatchers Moore and Jackson to attend Module 1 training from Equiture in the amount of $1,300.
Council motion is your court for that approval.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Walden.
Second.
Clerk Tomasic, sorry, do you have the language correct?
Yeah, I just want to confirm, is it 1,300 total or each?
It's $1,300 total.
Now we're on to discussion with a second. Council, any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you're ready.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
Motion carried. Back to you, Chief.
Thank you. This is my third action item for the night. On May 23rd, 2025, I had a meeting with Councilman Valentine, Councilman Walden, Payroll Clerk Mary Garreau, Treasurer Fonte, the Mayor, requesting that the Fire Department join the pay scheduling software. The meeting showed strong support for the Fire Department to join the pay scheduling software as it is easy to use. It's utilized by all city departments, works with BSNA, and will do away with the current Excel spreadsheets for payroll currently used by the Fire Department. On May 22nd, 2025, I reached out to PACE, and we currently have a credit of $3,750. To add 18 fire department users, it would be an additional $1,333. Our balance would be $2,470, which would be used towards the new annual cost of $3,200. The city would owe PACE $783 in October of 2025. Chief Simon and I also drafted an updated fire department. We updated the fire department wage scale, and it was approved by council on June 23rd, 2025. I am requesting a motion from council for the fire department to join the pay scheduling software in the amount of $783 due on October 15th, 2025 to October 14th, 2026, and it will be $3,200 due annually, which would be for 2026, 2027.
Thank you for all the background and support there. Council motion being your court to authorize the approval for the fire department to use pay scheduling software.
I'll make the motion to approve the expenditure accordingly.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Walden. Council, any discussion on this matter? Chief, I just want to thank you and Fire Chief Simon for taking this step in further centralization and technology utilization. I think it'll be advantageous for everybody involved. Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Mulner?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Motion carried. Chief, back to you.
Thank you. That's the end of my report.
Special night at the opening. Thanks for everything you're doing for the department.
Thank you.
And with that, Fire Chief Simon, floor is yours.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Since our last report, I'd just like to say, echo everyone's sentiments about the 4th of July. We had a fantastic turnout from the fire department, a lot of participation, a lot of good feedback, so well done. For our report period of 6/19 through 7/9, we had 46 total calls for service, 40 of which were EMS, 6 were fire. 3 of those fires were auto aids to Huron Township. And then for the EMS runs, we had 1 mutual aid to Rockwood and 3 from Rockwood. Again, for a total of 46 in a 21-day reporting period. You'll see in there as well in my report that on 6/23, we had 9 calls for service in 17 hours. The team is doing an absolutely fantastic job of keeping up with not only the calls for service, but the additional things that we're asking them to do, 4th of July and some of the other events, so great work to them. Regarding our roster, we have had some interest in the Carlson High School Cadet Program. I had 3 people reach out. They have been accepted into the Wayne County Community College Fire Program for the fall. So now they're going through our process. Additionally, I had one person reach out who is already Fire 1 and 2 certified and EMT certified, who's interested in joining the department, so I'll be following up on that shortly. I do have one action item for tonight, and that is a signature for the 2016 amended Michigan Mutual Aid Box Alarm System, or MyMabus agreement. We had previously signed this agreement. This is just interoperability agreement between mutual aid departments throughout the state of Michigan. So if we have a large event here, we request mutual aid. If someone else has a large-scale event, they'll request us. This does not obligate us to send resources if we don't have them available, and it comes at no cost to us. Again, this is just an amended agreement we had previously signed.
Council, the motion would be in your court to approve the 2016 amended Michigan Mutual Aid Box Alarm System Agreement.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Walden, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion on this matter?
What has been amended?
That is a good question. I would have to look into that further because I don't have the specific update.
My recollection, it's extending the term of it, so it expired and it's extending it out.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Any further discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Schumate?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yes.
Motion carried. Fire Chief Simon, floor is back to you.
If you've got no questions for me, I'd like to say thanks again for your support, and I look forward to serving as the Gibraltar Fire Chief.
Really appreciate you and everything you're doing in your role. With that, we will turn over to unfinished business, for which there is none, and new business, for which there is none, and table and referred items, for which there is none. And so we'd love to turn the floor back to our community for public comment. So if you have any public comment for council or administration, please approach the podium, state your name and address, and make sure that light is still green for us, please.
Hey, so Dennis Bosmer, 29775 Point Drive. Just wanted to, one last time, 2 weeks from today, blood drive, Gibraltar Community Center on South Gibraltar Road, the Gil Talbert Hall. I want to really thank everybody that has helped partner with my motivation to help others. That's what just service to community is why I'm here to talk about this. So my last blood drive here, the first one in Gibraltar, the very first one I did was at the Monroe Battlefield. The National Park Service opened up their building for us. So the last drive I gave, they give you completion of your blood journey, and my pint went to University of Michigan Hospital in Ann Arbor. Before that, it went to a children's hospital at the University of Indiana. So you might help somebody down the street, you might help somebody, and my understanding is every 5 seconds, so I've talked for like 45 seconds, 9 or 10 people already needed blood. So you hear, oh, there's a major need, and I think it gets lost. I mean, it's imperative people come out and give blood. It's super important. You're saving lives. You save up to 3 lives every time you give a pint. You don't just save one person, because they use the blood products, you got your hemoglobin, your plasma, your platelets. So thank you for considering that. I can do appointments, you can call the Red Cross, however you want to do it. There will be some walk-ins, but we have a lot of appointment times already, and a lot of people last minute will get on the app and try to find somewhere. And I know it's the holidays and the summertime and vacations, and some people are busy, but the need never goes away. And so thank you for that. I want to thank, congratulate Fire Chief Simon for her promotion, and the Chief of Police for picking and choosing, and you all for looking into it and seriously considering the ramifications and the absolute importance of somebody that's level-headed and can lead people, and leadership matters, right? The tone of our meetings here are centered on the mayor, and he sets the temperature here. And I was on council for 4 years, and it's pleasant. Thank you. And I think it trickles out throughout the entire community. I just wanted to congratulate you on your promotion. I wanted to say that Sergeant Joe Schaefer, my current employer, I had an opportunity as administrative assistant for this project. It's a Health and Human Services federal grant, and it's a cultural preservation grant, and there's classes offered, and it's paid for by grant money. So 4 years ago, when they wrote the grant, they wrote in the last year of the grant, which is this year, a first aid, CPR, AED class, and I thought, you know what, let's see if somebody from Gibraltar can partner and help my community. And it's not a lot of money, it's a little tiny job, but I got with then Chief Kane. He's like, yep, we've got people that are certified, give me some dates, and that was last fall. I started doing the homework for that. And then everything changed leadership-wise, and I got a hold of Chief Simon, who was the interim, and there was some scheduling conflicts from the dates we chose, so we, as a group, our group, my employer, and my project director, so we moved some things around, and which is better, because we opened for more opportunities for more people to come out. So anyway, we had two classes. One was here at Gibraltar at the hall here, the Fred Wall Hall. And then the second one, we have a lot of folks from our group that are up in like, Novi, Troy, that kind of thing. So we got the second one up that way. So Joe Schaefer drove up for the class. Well, first of all, it's a virtual class. So I think it's twofold, just to thank the community for helping and partnering with, I did the training too. I was on the fire department, but it's been a while. So there's a virtual class you can do. If you choose to do the AEDs in these local businesses here in Gibraltar, you can in-house it with your own department. So it was a virtual 2-hour class and then you learn the first aid, you learn the AED application. It's your own pace. People do it at their own pace. And then the proctor, or Mr. Schaefer, came out hands-on the resuscitation doll they have. We did infant CPR. I can't tell you how heartbreaking that was, just holding a doll and like using your thumbs to, try to revive a child. So I'm in agreement with the gentleman that came up earlier. I think it's a wonderful deal. You can get them for as cheap as $1,500 or $3,000, but hopefully I can reiterate what he already said, and I know it's been a long meeting, so thanks for your time, and please come out July 28th and give blood and help out your fellow human being. I can think of a better way to help love your neighbors, you love yourself, by doing something like that. That's the most selfish thing I think anybody could do. And it's like grandstanding here at the podium to cheerlead, but I'm happy to cheerlead and maybe be accused for whatever I'm being accused of for stepping up and doing this. But I'm altruistically, I do it because I love people, and I just want to please encourage you, come on out. We have 19 people signed up. The minimum standard we really try to get for is 27, because they have diesel, they have nurses, they have phlebotomists, they have a team that comes out and sets up. There's a cost to this for the Red Cross. Thank God the city's doing it as a pro bono for a charity, the hall. You guys are supplying electricity. We are as a community, electricity. So come out. It's a great need. So that's my last chance to really pitch for it. So I'm trying to take that opportunity, and thank you for your time.
Appreciate you so much. Are there any additional members of the public that wish to address council or administration this evening?
Hi, Michelle Sindorp, 30342 Adams. One question that I did not get answered last time I was here was about the stop sign on Bayview. That was the original stop sign that was supposed to be put in when you had the one on Adams farther down. I've driven around, I haven't seen an additional stop sign, so I just was wondering what.
South end of Bayview?
Yes.
Right now, we're conducting a 4-week study, and it's its first week.
Okay.
So after the results come in of the 4-week study, I'll bring the results to council.
Okay, thank you. My other question that I wasn't actually going to do, but because of your Senior Alliance not agreeing to that, I'm rather disappointed as a physician. I use it probably every day, telling patients about it, and it's mostly for caregivers. Seems $500 seems like a very small amount to help a lot of people, and you have a lot of seniors that could use that help. If you just go to, the senior building on Gibraltar Road, I would say probably half of them probably have services from Senior Alliance. So I'm a little disappointed that you guys don't think that's a good thing to do.
Thank you, Dr. O. Any further members of the public that wish to address council this evening? All right, well, it's been a very productive one, and thank you all. And so I'd be looking for a motion to adjourn. Motion by Wood. Second by Walden. Clerk Tomasic, please call roll.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood? Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes, have a wonderful evening, everybody. Thank you so much.
Something to look at. Take a look at all that in your free time.
Hey, great work. Thank you.
All right.
Or is that? Is there a boat launcher in the room? No, it is. I don't know if that'll get down.
No, you know what I mean, though? It's kind of. Well, I think they probably do launch it in case, like, if there was a kayak run or something, they probably would be in the water.
but if you have an emergency, you have rescue.
You're not.
Back in there.
Mike.
I was gonna suggest that